If there's one thing we've learned from people working on comic book films that aren't received as well, it's the fact that after it receives negative reviews, you can generally expect one member of the cast to go, well, the director's original cut was better before the studio ruined it. This update comes at us from the one and only Dolph Lundgren, aka King Nereus, who's also Mera's father, which this franchise seems to have forgotten for whatever reason, or spontaneously forgets it when it's convenient. Either way, though, the star was recently interviewed in regards to everything that he had to do with the DCEU, specifically the first and second film, his role, and what he thought of the final cut of the film. He says that the original version that James Wan made was far better before all the reshoots, removing elements, cutting out complete sections, and retooling the film. And obviously, if he reveals any more, he would very much break NDAs, so he stops right there. But he says that it's not just him that's disappointed with the final cut we saw in theaters. He sympathizes with the audience who's also disappointed because it's not as good as the first. And look, I'll be real with you, I might not love Aquaman 2 and think it's pretty bad, even compared to the first one, but I will say that I do believe that James Wan probably did have a better film. But when mandates come in and you got to remove entire plot points that relate to two different Batman, and then you remove both and insert the third one back in, or the original first one, but then you have to remove him, cut out the supporting actress, a whole subplot, a whole villain, a whole story arc that I can't talk about yet, but I can't believe they were going to have it in there. Yeah, I scratch my head and go, what was the point? Why? If this was going to end it all, you should have just tossed it all in there and made a 3-hour movie like it sounds like it was going to be, and that's it. So yeah, Lundgren being disappointed, I think, lines up with most people's feelings. Even if you saw the film and you were like, you know what, it's all right. By the next day, you're just like, yeah, it was all right. What happened?